What's up, everybody? I'm just going to start this video off real quick and keep it pretty short with a few clips from my practice day. I went out the Friday before the BFL, and I went to an area that hadn't really been fishing much that year, and I found a really good way that I didn't see anybody else doing to actually catch some of these pre-spawn largemouth that I figured out were moving up and getting into some of these spots that nobody had really found yet. So I spent my day doing that and just staying on the trolling motor and covering as much high productive water, what I thought would be, as much as I could all day, and just trying to find as many places where I'd have a shot at some of these bigger largemouth like you see right there all day. And so I'm not going to show every single clip I had from practice, just because there's some stuff that I don't want being seen on there and that I don't want to edit out too much. But I actually ended up having over 21 pounds in practice, just like halfway leaning on them all day. After I caught one of my last big ones, I actually didn't make a cast on them for the rest of the day, and that was really early in the day. And so sticking fish isn't something that I'm too big on, but I caught a few big ones in the morning, and then after I caught, I'm pretty sure this clip right here, I was pretty done with them the rest of the day. So I caught this one right here, which was over 5, then one that was a spot that was a little under 5, and a couple 4s and a high 3. And so I had a really good day doing that. I felt really confident going into the tournament that if I just stayed in the right areas all day, and I wasn't looking for a ton of bites, I was just looking for the quality, and so I wasn't really too concerned with a slow day, but I felt really confident going into it. So this is me right here before blast off. You can see it's pretty wavy out there. It was blowing pretty good in the morning, but it really picked up later in the day, and so they actually let us do a trailer weigh in because of that. There's not a ton of spots for all these boats to dock around Green Pond, but this is me running to my first spot right here, and right now this is my first stop of the morning. As you can kind of see in the background coming up, there's still people blasting off up through here, and I see one out there and throw to him, and he's really doing it right. I figured I was going to catch him, so I kind of step up and get out of the way right here and feel him bite. And this is going to be my first fish that I weigh in the tournament. This is going to be about a 3 1/4 pounder. And yeah.
Shot, buddy.
So I get that one in the boat, and I actually stay in this area for a long time after this, just trolling around, looking in some of these high productive spots that I had seen some the day before, and I never got another bite out of them. I figured I'd at least be able to catch 2 big ones and some keepers off of it, but it never happened. It usually never goes the way you think it's going to on tournament day. But I went to another spot after this and ended up catching a handful and filling out a limit real quick for about 12 pounds.
All that fight up, same size.
After I filled out a quick limit over there, I pulled into a place where I thought I was definitely going to catch some big ones at, and I seen a little group of them on this area, and I threw up there to them, and ended up catching my second fish that I'm going to weigh in today, which was also about 3 1/4. Then right after this, you're actually going to see I pulled up a little bit farther, and I know exactly what these big largemouth look like on live scope and how they had been kind of pulling and looking like in the places they were setting up all week. And right in this next clip after this, I threw at one that I knew was a big one, and I set into him and had him for a couple seconds, and he just popped off, and there's nothing you can do about it, but he would have definitely put me up there some more. So right after that, I knew it was time to get some big ones in the boat, so I ran to an area where I knew there was some really big largemouth at, and you're probably wondering why the lighting looks so weird here, but there's just some stuff that I'm not ready to give up yet, just based off some of the landmarks in the back. But yeah, this is where I caught my first 5-something pounder of the day.
No. Got it. That's what you've been looking for, ain't it? Sir. 5-pounder. Takes a little bit of weight off.
So right after that first 5-pounder, not even 10 minutes later, I pull into another area that I know has got some really big largemouth in it. I'm also not really ready to give this spot up yet either. It's not just because I caught a 5-pounder here. There's just some landmarks in the background that I'm not ready to give up. But yeah, this is the second one right after that.
Sir.
You like that?
Get him on land. Let's get him on land. Oh, that's a 5.5. He's bigger than the other one. Yeah.
So at this point, it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. I know I got 19 pounds. The weather's getting rough. As you can see, I took a wave over the side and it kind of started washing my rods away. And you can see how big the waves are getting on the lake out there. But I knew I had like 19 pounds, and I didn't really think that was going to be enough to do it just based off how the weights were been. So I ran back up to an area where I kind of started around this morning, and one of these fish in the next couple clips ended up helping me out a little bit. I think I had like a 2.5-pounder in my bag, and I ended up getting rid of them with one that was like right at 3 at the end of the day. So I had 2 that were around 3 1/4 and one that was around 3. Then I had those 2 largemouth that were pushing 5.5. So I knew I had somewhere in the 19s, closer to 20. And I think this is the last fish right here I ended up catching for the day. So right after this, I hit one more spot, caught a small one, then ran back up to weigh in to end the day off.
16.
There you go.
For you. My goodness. Oh, Hollywood. Max Heaton, Hartwell, Georgia boater, captured him a limited bass in his first 2024 Savannah River Division tournament, looking for 17 pounds and 12 ounces to take over to Phoenix hot seat and take over the top spot in stop number 2. We look you over like a cheap date. What kind of boat do you have? Okay, not a boy. Don't you say, unfortunately, fantastic boat, man. I wish I had one. You would be. If you was in one of the Phoenixes, first place, just so you know, is $10,632. If you're not in the Phoenix, it's $3,632. He's got 5 on the scales, folks. Listen to this bag. My man, give it to him with 19 pounds and 10 ounces, Michael. Make it 19.10 for me. Hold a couple of them up. It's all right, family. It only cost $7,000 if you're on the boat. It's all. No, Rangers got him a contingency as well.
So that was me weighing in right there. As you heard, I had 19 pounds and 10 ounces. I actually ended up winning the tournament by almost 1.5 pounds. So it wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be, but those were my 2 big largemouth that I weighed in right there. And yeah, we ended up taking home the win. I thought it was going to be a lot closer, but that win made it really tough on everybody staying on top of fish today. So hope y'all enjoyed watching. I ended up getting my second BFL win this weekend, and hopefully I'll have another video like this soon.